1 year ago, I made the hardest decision of my life. I decided to go off my anti-anxiety and antidepressant medication. Um, it's been a huge journey, a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, a lot of things that I didn't expect. Like all of a sudden, I could smell better. Like I'm like, okay, I guess I'm like a werewolf. I can smell a guy's cologne from like a half a mile away. um, but anyways, so after coming off this medication, it really took almost 9 months to do. Did it in 3 different increments. I slowly was able to feel more, and at first I just I would just cry for no reason. And I think that was my body's way of giving me like a Braxton Hicks. If you've ever gone into labor, it's kind of like pre-labor. It's not the actual thing, but giving you like a little bit of like a taste to it. So these tears, I'm like, okay, I'm not actually feeling anything, but the tears were coming up. So I think it was my body's way of like reintroducing feeling to me. Um, but through this, I started being able to notice in my own energy that there were different shifts. So, sometimes like you're on fire some weeks, and then some weeks you just want to sit down with like a cup of tea and just curl up with a good book. Um, so I realized that women who have a cycle have 4 different phases. There's the menstrual cycle or the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, and then the luteal phase. So I compare it to, or just from like the research that I've done and how people talk about it, is that menstruation is like the winter cycle where like you just want to rest, um, and it's like the phoenix in the ashes, right? Just kind of sleeping in the ashes. Then there's the follicular phase, which is like springtime. You kind of like are getting more energy. You want to go out. You want to do stuff. This is like the ideas start rushing in your follicular phase. Then in your ovulation phase, it's like the phoenix is like up in the sun, soaring. You want to launch programs and launch different business ideas. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. You want to flirt. You want to have fun. All of this stuff comes up in when you're in your ovulation phase. And then luteal phase is like the phoenix kind of zooming downwards. So it's kind of more about like planning, reflecting systems. It's like, again, the phoenix is like more detail orient, or we are more detail oriented because we're like landing the plane. We're going back to our nest. We're going back to resting, sleeping, which is going to be our menstrual cycle. So that has just been totally eye-opening. I did not realize. I thought maybe I'm like, I knew we have a period. I know we have like ovulation, but like that's it. I didn't realize that there were totally 4 different stages that we go through every single month, and it makes so much sense. I've been implementing this like the past couple of months in my business, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, I naturally want to do this and I naturally want to do that. And the biggest thing was like when I was in my menstrual cycle, like on my period, I realized I wanted to just rest, and I gave myself permission to rest, and it felt so liberating that I had that self-awareness, and that I can just totally accept where I am. And it felt so good to just give myself permission to rest. And so if you've noticed, like sometimes, some weeks you're on high, you're on fire, and then some weeks you're just like, or some, days you're just like, you're just down, you're feeling sad, feeling low. That's totally normal. You're not broken, you're just cyclical. And so I've been aligning my business with my cycle, and it's just been super, super incredible. And I just want every woman to know this. I want to start a revolution. I want women to rise up in their power and have that self-awareness of where they are in their stage and what they can do in their business to naturally align their energy with their business. So I'm super excited about this, and just let me know if there's something you're interested in, because I could just talk days and weeks and months about this. So thanks for listening and have an awesome day.